Charlton Athletic against Sheffield Wednesday. And we are off and underway then to a giant roar at a packed Valley Stadium as Sheffield Wednesday try and manoeuvre the ball out towards the far side, and the recently shaven headed Callum Patterson gets involved. Wednesday get an early throw-in. What do you want to see early on, John Pearson, from the Owls?
Well, I'd like us to take control of the ball, to get forward and get players into the box, get crosses in, set off with a high tempo in the first few minutes, and just dominate the game really, and then score a few goals.
That'd be nice. Hi-ho Silver, hi-ho Sheffield Wednesday, audible from up here from the away end, which is away to our right-hand side. Packed away end as the Charlton Athletic goalkeeper Craig McGillivray gets his first touch, all in green. Nudged out of the way by Jaden Brown. Wednesday get possession of the ball with a Deniran, who's passed back out wide to Hunt is short. Charlton have it now once again, and here's Connor Washington. Washington driving on, but he's come up against Iorfa. Only one winner there, although Charlton do have another corner.
Yeah, corner from the other side this time, and last couple of minutes just Charlton just turning the screw a little bit, putting us under pressure.
Well, they ended last season one defeat in 15 matches, Charlton. For them, agonisingly out of the playoffs on goal difference. Looking for the first goal of the game here. In comes the corner. Big header away by Patterson. He's absolutely crunched into that, and I think he suffered for it too. All the Charlton players, first and foremost, are screaming to the medical staff to get on. So it may well be that that is a head injury too as well. And Callum Patterson went up, made contact, and then went down, and now he's crowded by the medical staff of Sheffield Wednesday needing treatment.
Yeah, he actually got up really well, and it was a great header away.
From Barry Bannon, and a few instructions too from the little Scotsman. And Callum Patterson's day sadly is done, off with a head injury, strapped to the orange stretcher, flanked on all sides then by the staff who are leading him from the field of play. But applauded favourably by all four sides of the ground, John Pearson. Wing awkwardly is able to complete the clearance. There might have been a touch in the air with the hand, but clearly not a handball offence. Now Bannon driving it long. Canberry's after it. He does scamper after it, Canberry.
Yeah.
Showed a little pace, but the pace of the ball was always going to outstrip him, and in the end it was gathered up by Craig McGillivray.
Well, he did well to stay on side, but I think the ball was a little bit too flat. As soon as it hit the ground, it just flew away from him.
Sam Hutchinson, stoic just outside the penalty area. What do you reckon for him this season, John? Sam Hutchinson, centre-half, he started there. Darren Moore
really interesting,
sees him in that role. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you've got Dunkley on the bench, you've got the new addition in Gibson, who's a centre-half and left-sided player. Yeah. Hutchinson can play midfield too.
Yeah, so if you're wanting two players to sit in front, Sam Hutchinson more than capable of coming out of defence and doing that holding midfield role. That's going to be a foul.
Well, it is. Palmer. So we've yet to see a goal as Palmer returns the compliment on Dialang Jaisimi. A little drag to the floor for the youngster from Southwark, not so far away. Now, whether the two are linked or not, but Morgan immediately dragged the ball back another 5 or 6 yards. Morgan then pings in this free kick. Good bit of bend, and the header from Stockley is wide. He looks to the stars in frustration.
Yeah, Stockley's going to be gutted. That was a free header. Why we allowed him that room, I don't know.
North East London, still quite a mild day. Lovely night for football here at the Valley. Wherever you're listening, thanks for your company as Hutchinson has the ball at the back. First time ball down the line from Palmer, quite tight and congested. Brown tries to keep it in play and then pirouette over the ball, but Sean Clare gets it back. Wednesday wriggling back, and then it's dealt with here by Brown. Here onto Palmer, threading it through to Canberry. Well, the two left-sided players combining superbly there. In the end, it was just too much of a stretch to pick out the centre forward, but good build-up play as Wing wins it back. A scissor kick through the ball, got enough of an imprint on it for Sheffield Wednesday to get the ball back as they look for the first goal of the game. They go back into their own half, and now here's Dominic Iorfa. Plenty of space to stretch those long legs. Through it goes to Cambieri, lovely touch with the non-standing leg. In it goes to Bannon, who couldn't thread it out wide to Hunt, who was charging away down the right, and Charlton, just for a little bit of breathing space, leather it to the stand.
Well, we're looking the better side at the moment.
Turns it back to keeper McGillivray. Started his career at Harrogate Town.
We'll tell you what,
Innes
he might
gets
put
into
himself
bother,
in trouble.
and Cambieri's on him here. And Innes at 6'5" will get it back to the keeper. The idea of good touch for a big man wasn't apparent there.
That is a lovely
Charlton,
touch.
though, now maraud forward here with Clare. Clare dived into the challenge with Hutchinson, who'd already committed. He's going to get a yellow card for that. And Hutchinson knew it, I think. But a lovely touch, as John mentioned, by Jayasimi. Peacock Farrell taking up position in the centre of his goal. So Dobson, or more likely Morgan, to strike it. 2 in 33 last. Hinney comes right-footed, and in the end, plenty of bend. But as you probably heard from the cheers behind the goal, it was over. As the weather sets in here in the capital. Now Adeniran rolling past his marker, spinning out of one tackle with Clare, and Clare fouled. He's caught his foot. The Charlton fans don't like it, and in the end another free kick has been given, and Adeniran reacts by jumping back to his feet because Ennis has said something to him. I won't quite say it's nose to nose given the fact that Ennis is 6'5", but it's a little tasty out there. Virtually the last kick of the half here.
Yeah, it will be. We're 8.5 minutes now.
Wing steps up right-footed, curled it off the chest of Clare, who felt aggrieved to have suffered a free kick anyway. And the referee calls half-time. Needs possession. Wednesday have it back. Wing onto Bannon. Lovely first touch to evade trouble. Through the middle to Wing here, but the defender, Famewo, was wise to it. And then a clattering Brown takes out Innes. He's all right, and Charlton have it once again. Clare finding a little space here. Down the line it goes to Jayasimi on the overlap. Cuts in past the defender. In goes the cross. Heads go up, but the biggest one was Iorfa's, and away it goes for a throw in far side.
Well, pressure being applied by Charlton now. I mean, I'm going to say this now. I can't stand when players go down so easily and pretend they're injured. No. Referees, it's such a tough decision for them. I mean, whatever the referee would have made the wrong decision with Patterson early on, he shouldn't, he should be punished for that.
So back it comes to Clare,
Stayed
just
offside.
inside of the penalty area. The ball will be squeezed back here, and a glorious shooting chance for the Addicts. And Albie Morgan is lifted to his feet. A frustrating moment for them. He should have done better.
Well, I think the pullback, because he had so much space, the pullback could have been softer. I think that he's chipped up off the surface, and I think he's probably hit it with his ankle. And if it had been a softer ball into him, he could have just strolled onto it. He got so much room.
Up it goes, backwards off the head of Stockley on the half volley. It's lumped in the air by Palmer off the knee of Famewo. Here is Brown, switching flanks from left to right. It's Green out on the left-hand side, and Adeniran's got space here. The blue and white shirts are marauding forward, but the referee's turned, had a look. He's going to give Barry Bannon a yellow card. There's a Charlton man down in back play. I'm not entirely sure he had to stop play there. It's Clare. It wasn't a head injury.
Did you see the free kick?
I must admit, I didn't. I was watching the ball go to Green.
I'm guessing it's something that's happened after the ball's gone.
Unless Bannon said something.
I think
maybe he's frustrated at the amount of free kicks have been given. Loses the ball, takes a tumble, and now Charlton look to counter-attack themselves.
That's what I'm saying. It's gone really scrappy.
But Wednesday get the ball back. Adeniran,
go on, Jackson.
the blue and white shirts marauding forward from left to right. Infield it comes now from Marvin Johnson. The ball skids over the surface as Palmer is brought into play. The left full-back darting forward into Bannon. Heavy first touch from Brown, but he's done enough. Here's Palmer, the shot, deflection, behind it goes for a corner. and the Wednesday fans behind the goal rattle the advertising hoardings. Now they believe it's their turn. Here is Jayden Stockley. Stockley will bend it out towards the far side. He's done well here. Here's Jayasimi into the box, mesmerising, shooting, and high and wide from the inside right channel of the penalty area.
Well, danger again, and again Stockley, the target man, who makes everything happen. He's got that. He's brought it down on his chest again.
To Innes, he's done well there, the big centre forward. And Charlton try and go long, but it's volleyed up and away by Sam Hutchinson, and it might roll through here. And Cambieri's after it, and he's got there, and he looked to turn, and he had to turn, and he couldn't see the support. And in the end, seeking his opportunity, Famewo gets the clearance away. But Wednesday have it back. Johnson tried to lay it down the line. Gunter won't be fooled by that. He blocks. Ball comes to Bannon. Bannon to Johnson. Johnson wriggles through here. Johnson surely in front of Nigel Adkins. And the free kick is indeed given. One or two times today, Darren Moore has flung his arms out in frustration as the free kick's taken quickly over the top. McGillivray flies out after it. The ball, as you may have heard, rattles into the advertising hoardings. Johnson's gone down, but he'll be all right in a second. And Wednesday have a throw-in.
At least the keeper had to make a decision, had to do some work.
Bannon receives the ball from the throw-in. Sets off on a little scuttling run here into the penalty area. Might get it back here. Bannon still going, weaving and turning. He goes after it.
No.
And a mistake there by Iorfa. And Charlton are away as Wednesday race back. Washington into the penalty area, teasing up the cross. Hutchinson protecting. Out it comes here to Morgan to bend one. And in the end, he's horribly got it wrong for the second time in the game. And he's skied his effort into the stand.
Yeah, decent opportunity there for Charlton. I mean Dominic Iorfa just misjudged the bounce of that ball. It bounced a lot higher than I thought he was going to do. I thought he's just going to come onto his head, but gave Charlton the opportunity to break, and they almost made us pay.
Famous last words. But I think, well, actually, I'll keep my mouth shut now as Bannon brings the ball under control. Skill. 25 yards out through the legs of another to the edge of the box. Bannon shoots! Oh, and it's just wide. That would have been one of the goals of the season on the opening day of the season. And as Barry Bannon hit the shot, it's dragged just wide of McGillivray's right-hand post.
Well, he's absolutely gutted. He's a superb little run. He's picked it up. He's sold the dummy to one of the Charlton midfield players, and then he's galloped through the middle. It's on his right foot. He's just tried to find the corner. That's been Wednesday's best chance of the game. He's really disappointed. Would have been a fantastic goal.
Any winner now would be exceptionally late in the day. Out to Hunt. Hunt brings it onto his right boot. Good running by Adeniran, and he's in here. In goes the cross, volleyed away by Gunter. Back out to Hunt, takes a first touch. Second, a swirling cross, back to the edge of the penalty area as the head goes up there for Marvin Johnson. It looped up and into the path of Craig McGillivray pretty safely, but it was the skewed, awkward header from, I think it was Palmer, as the chance went begging.
No conviction on that header, was there?
Bannon will step up, play it square, as the referee blows for full time. Well, whatever the communication from the match official was, that's not what Barry Bannon was intending. And in the end, it has finished. Charlton 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Charlton had the lion's share of the chances, going closest. Jayden Stockley and Connor Washington, and a bit of mazy running from Barry Bannon as he fashioned a chance of his own, but was just wide. So, as you can tell, not a game littered with chances. There was a bit of bite, there was a bit of spice, there was some nice football played along the way, but not a great deal of end product.